people. We're all having a wonderful day today. Today, I have a kind of a strange one. Yesterday was one of those days, where you feel like everything goes wrong, right? No matter how positive you are, and then you tell yourself it can't possibly get worse, right? It can't possibly get worse. I was like, whatever. That's when you start to calm down, and I get this phone call from my father. Yeah, and he's like, hey man, what are you doing? And I say, nothing, just lollygagging, just trying to collect my thoughts, running errands. What is it? He says, it's your aunt. So your aunt's in the hospital. I was like, okay, well, she's always in the hospital. She has liver cirrhosis. And she hasn't stopped drinking for the last 20, 30, 40 years. So what gives, right? And even knowing that, it's just hard getting there. Because when the moment he said, they moved her to another hospital. I was like, what kind of hospital? They said, a respiratory hospital. And I don't know, when I got there, it didn't even look like a hospital. It looked like a motel with a medical staff. Anyways, I go in there, check in. I see my dad, and he walks me over to the room, and right away I see my aunt there, laying. Mind you, I haven't really seen my aunt that well, because ever since I moved to Vegas and stuff, ever since I became an adult, everyone just stopped talking to each other. But my aunt, she was more like a grandma to me. Well, she is more like a grandma to me. I don't know why I'm subconsciously saying was. And I see her as yellow as this shirt, right? And mind you, I have liver cirrhosis as well. And I talk to you guys, and I talk a lot about the disease, but I don't know. Seeing her just felt weird. I went up to her, and the monitor starts going off because she recognizes me, but she calls me Steven. It's not my name. It's actually my brother's. And she's happy to see me. And I go up to her and I give her a kiss in the forehead. I was like, hey, Tia, it's me. Tia, meaning aunt in Spanish. And she's like, oh, Steven, I'm so happy to see you. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm happy to see you too. Mind you, this is the same person that pretty much was there for me when my parents were fighting or bickering or stuff like that. And even wasted drunk, she always made sure me and my brother were okay. She always made sure we had the best clothes, the best toys. And I go in and kiss her in her forehead, and she smells like my breath when I was at the peak of my drinking and substance abuse. The breath death, right? Or the breath of death, right? That's what they call it. Just what is it? Just a bunch of acid and stuff coming from your stomach, and then it starts to leak out of your skin. You just feel oily, and then that's the stench, that metallic oil. And it hits me. All of it. I was like, I am staring at what could have happened to me. Not only that, I'm staring at someone that I love, who by some miracle is still alive. Yeah, a respiratory hospital, huh? That's those ancient Guatemalan genes, mind you, this woman is 5'1", maybe 4'8", I don't know, around there. Long hair, you know what I'm saying? And she's pushing 70, and she's not stopped drinking Kettle One vodka and Budweiser in the morning. And she lives her life like that. She tells me, hey, Steven, I like your new office. I was like, yeah, Grandma. sure you do. And she looks at me and she says, do you mind if I take a nap? I have to get up early for work tomorrow. I said, yeah. Yeah, Grandma. Take a nap. And she's like, when's, I'm not gonna say the person's name, her mother's name. She asked when her mother was gonna come, who has passed. It's been a while since she's passed away. And I told her she'll be after work. She'll be after work, Grandma. Don't you worry about it. And I rushed out. I rushed out because I didn't know what to do. I rushed out and I sat on one of the little metal picnic table things, the ones with the holes in it. It looks like it's supposed to have glass on top, but it doesn't. So you can put your fingers in it. And I just started fidgeting around kind of like I am right now. And my dad comes out. He said, "You're all right." And I just looked at him like, "Dude, what the hell do you think?" And to think that this has plagued my family for years, right? And it almost had me. Well, it still technically has me. I still have liver cirrhosis. Just, I guess I don't know. I guess it was a combination of like guilt and feeling like you could have done something, and then looking at your future and knowing that that's your grandma and your aunts. And it's you can only imagine how many generations of this has been going on. From my dad's side, not my mom's side. It's got my brother. It almost got me. It got my uncle. It's getting my aunt or grandma. Or I feel better calling her grandma. Is there something we could have done? Is there something I could have done for my brother? Wherever you are, I worry about you a lot. Starting to think that maybe it's too late, to salvage anything in my relationship with my aunts and my relationship with my brother. Maybe the drugs and alcohol just created this infinite amount of damage that we can't come back from. I'm not really sure. But I do know one thing though, that thank God I'm at least not a drunk. Because I think I would have fallen apart right there and then, hysterically. At least now I'm grateful that I have the tools to be able to handle this kind of stuff and talk about it. The Kevin I was a year ago wouldn't be able to. Like I said, I physically feel better than I ever have, but mentally, I'm at an all-time low. And I wonder if it's just me or every other recovering addict. I don't like saying recovering addict. I like saying former addict. I know that the actual terminology is addiction. My body's structured as an alcoholic. I know that I'm structured like an alcoholic, but I personally like to say I used to be a drunk. I used to be an alcoholic. It helps me get by. February 19th is coming up, my year of sobriety, and I'm not going back. It does get hard. The other day I found myself freaking out, I just went crazy. I just it was too much pressure and too many arguments with the ones that I was trying to be cool, calm, collected, and I found myself in the middle of downtown LA. And anyone who knows downtown LA knows that you're not supposed to walk around there late at night, especially not looking like this. And I just got out of the middle of the car and I just started just running. I ran, and I don't know where I was going to, but I know I needed to turn off my phone, and I ran, and I got on the Metro Red Line, and I went back to Hollywood, and I ran past like this my liquor store, and I was like, you know what, dude, go to that liquor store. You go to that liquor store all the time. And I was, call it what you want, but I was like, you know what, God, please, I don't want to drink. I don't want to go back to being a drunk. Please don't make me a drunk. And some corny stuff like it. There's this bizarre this little Christian church of Guatemalan folk, ironically, singing and stuff. I just ran in there and I spoke to the nicest dressed gentleman there, and I was like, hey, look, listen, my name's Kevin. I'm sober and I'm freaking out, and I want to drink. This is the first thing that's ever happened to me, and I don't want to drink. I don't want to go back. I don't want to, please. And he's just like, look, listen, you came to the right place, man. Just calm down. He's like, pray with me. I'll pray with you. And he prayed for me because I couldn't pray. And I let out tears, those silent tears, you know, like not the silent tears that a man lets out, not the kind that's like it's sad. It's more just tragic because you know the guy's been holding that stuff in for way too long. Those kind of tears, man. And if it wasn't for that dude, I don't know what I would have done. Probably would have smacked myself or bit my finger or something. I don't know anything, but there's no way I'm going back to that. Not after the second chance I've been given. Especially with the help of you guys. Right? Anyways, thank you for listening.